Well, good morning. Welcome to Pine Ridge Golf Club, and as you can see, we've got a large crowd of people. This is the Eugene Springfield Joint Chambers Golf Tournament, and they're having it out here at Pine Ridge. And joining me is Ron. Here he is. Perkins, the owner. How you doing, Ronald?
Well, I am doing fine.
So you got about 140 people out here. So fortunately, the new rules don't start till tomorrow. So you got this one in time.
I think we've got this one in under the wire. But even if they cut us down to 100, we can still make tournaments work.
And this is a great place. You do a lot of tournaments out here for folks for different things because you guys you understand how to do it.
Yeah. Well, usually we're running a tournament every week during the summer. This year has been a little bit difficult because a lot of tournaments have canceled due to their concerns of the COVID-19. But the Eugene Springfield Joint Chamber has agreed to go ahead with their tournament. I think it's going to be a great day.
And tell people about restaurant, everything you're doing out here, and then We'll talk with the chamber folks. But tell me what else so people kind of know. Oh, you have simulated golf too, so that's good.
We do have the golf simulator that's right behind us over there. We're trying to get through with increase our restaurant business, but we can't have buffets. So today we've got like 150 box lunches being prepared up in the kitchen that we'll pass out to the participants out here on the golf course.
So you find ways around it. You find ways to work with it.
Yeah, you have to. Everybody has to be a little innovative and figure out how to make this work. And so far, so good.
Ron, thanks, man. I'm going to go talk to these. Hello, Brittany. You guys, just in case you don't know, because you know her face normally, but that is Brittany Quick Warner. So
it is, I promise.
So tell us what's going on out here today, Brittany.
We are here for our 46th annual Joint Chamber Golf Tournament, and it feels so good to see people in person. We're all distanced, but it's good to see people's faces.
How have you guys been doing chamber stuff? You see in person that you've obviously been Zooming a lot.
Yeah. So we, Springfield the same way. We had to pivot really quickly. A lot of the work that we do, in this, business building world is in-person networking. And so we've had to make a lot of shifts in that area, but we were able to continue to push hard on the policy and economic development work that we do, and really just trying to help businesses navigate through this crazy time.
What is the biggest challenge like right now with people not knowing what's going to happen? And we keep getting some other restrictions, but everybody just praying that the governor doesn't shut down restaurants and all that again.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest part is not knowing, right? It's just like that for everybody. But for businesses, there's this extra layer that the governor and the state have kind of put on businesses to kind of police that people are actually following these rules. And so we've been pushing really hard on the state to address some of the liability concerns that these businesses have, that they're going to be held liable for someone who maybe gets sick in their place of business, which is impossible to really know that it happened. So I think the biggest challenge is business, without having a lot of time to plan, they have to procure their items, they have to schedule staffing, they have to get all these things put together. So without having a lot of notice, it's really hard for them to pivot on a dime. And our businesses have been doing a great job, but that's what we're most worried about for them.
Would you, and if you don't want to answer this, just tell me because it won't matter, but would you like to see the governor put some more business representation on her task force of what she's doing and making decisions? Our chamber in Springfield's the same way. We're a part of this kind of bigger business coalition that is really helping to address these things at the state level. And there's some really great business representatives on there, but I agree. I think that you have to be able to handle both the economic and the health impacts of this crisis. And what we just want to see is the data for how the decisions are being made. And so, we see that the cases are going up, which is really good data to have because we want to be precautious. But we want to see that there's, decisions being made and that all of the consequences are being weighed. So I'm fully supportive of the mask mandate. I think that that's the quickest way that we're going to get everybody back to normal. And I think our businesses are doing the best job that they absolutely can to try to create a safe environment for people. Brittany, thanks for your openness. I appreciate that. No, it's good.
Have a good day. Have fun.
Rick, we're here to golf today.
I know.
Come on, Rick,
Bonnie,
don't give my girl a bad time.
I didn't.
We're here to have a good time.
I only asked her one hard question. Everything else was fun. Are you?
She got it out of the way, right?
Yeah. So, is it nice to see your people?
Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how thrilled. That was a thing we've been looking forward to for weeks now. And then last night, that was a thing. I just can't wait to get up and get out and watch people enjoy themselves. They deserve a break, and we're going to have fun, and then we get to see them all at the same time in person.
So, chamber offices are closed for the most part?
Yeah, we've been working remote. So our offices are visitor services and business services. So we're able to do by appointment only. And so for visitors, we just ask that they give us a call ahead of time. We'll get everything together, and they can take it, kind of like a grab and go, kind of like a carry out.
I have seen people down there when I park to do my run. So I know that sometimes there's people walking in the door, but it's not open.
Yeah. We've got it closed. It's for our employees' sake. And, we got a lot of precautions to take care of. We want our employees first and foremost to be productive and not have to worry about some of the safety issues. So that's the best way to do it for now.
Okay, I don't want to leave you. He's the head of the chamber in Springfield, because I can't just assume you recognize this masked mad woman. So biggest concerns you have with going forward for small businesses with what's happening with COVID?
Well, it's going to be a long haul. When this all started, I think we were hoping, 2-3 months and we'd be on the upswing and we could start, picking up the pieces and putting forward some proactive economic recovery. And we're still in relief and response mode and not real sure when we're going to get out of that. So the concern for small business is certainly every day, the costs of this, the impacts on their bottom line. We're asking for the community to just do what we always have, appealed to them to do, but do it more and do it better. And that's just to remember to support your local businesses. Do business with your local community. It makes a difference. And the other thing is, Rick, is that the attitude. When you walk in the front door, a thank you, a smile, an extra tip, appreciate what everyone is going through. But, it's particularly hard right now for those small businesses. And I think we just need to, get to that point. And a lot of people are. And I tell you, I talk to businesses who that's the first thing when I ask them, what's on your mind? It's, I can't believe how supportive our community is.
If schools don't open, what does that do to business community?
So it's another, schools, what we're hearing is that we're not going to have to worry about that. Schools will be open. It'll look differently. So there is that, will it be all distance learning? Will it be a hybrid version of distance and in classroom? I don't know that anybody knows right now. It's going to be probably a last minute thing. I know that our school districts are preparing for anything and preparing for both. So certainly for the business community, for anyone who has kids, it's going to be challenging. I think our business community wants to do whatever they can do to get, kids for the obvious reasons, because they need the education, they need the social interaction back to school. And it's also for, their employees and their morale and their ability to focus and concentrate and keep the business going. So, but I think there are asked and what our employees are beginning to really think seriously about is how can we be flexible in supporting our employees, situation and challenges with their own kids, either schooling from home or being in some kind of different scheduling situation if they're in school or in a hybrid version.
Okay, last thing, I asked Brittany the same question, and this is the hard one, but I want you to add, and if you don't want to answer, you can just say, leave me alone, Rick. But I've heard from a lot of people in the business community that they wish that the governor and her task force would have had not just medical and scientist people, but also members of the business community on board on the task force to kind of let that interest be also included in the conversation.
So I will say there was indication early on that businesses would be invited, and the representation we were on, as chambers of commerce, both at the state level and at the local level on some of those task force. I will say some of our concerns and needs were heard and executed on, and there's a couple of them, we won't go into the details. But the vast majority of it, I think the biggest concern for businesses is it doesn't feel like they're being heard. And that has to do with the clarity of communication and really just the lens through which our state leaders present and communicate back to our citizens across the state. And that includes business community members. So I think, we're learning as we go. I have a lot of empathy and understanding for how difficult this is, being in the middle of it myself, both, at the ground level and the local level. But, we're not giving up. I think that the business community is worth fighting for. Their voice needs to be heard, one at a time or collectively, and we'll just continue to do that. And hopefully our government leaders, mostly at the state level, our local leaders have been fantastic, really, truly tremendous. And, the further you get from the local level, the harder it is, I think, to understand the local, on the ground boots running. So I'd love to invite some of the governors and our state leaders down to our community and just walk along Main Street and talk to our business owners. I think that'd be something worth their time.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys, both of your honesty, too. I really do. All right, thanks, you guys. So again, you guys, this is the joint Eugene Springfield Chamber of Commerce, and they are having a golf tournament, and everybody is masked, and they fortunately got this in today, because starting tomorrow, they're going to have about 150 people here today, and starting tomorrow, they only can have less than only like 100. So this got in just in the nick of time. And Ron Perkins is a happy man here at Pine Ridge Golf Club out in Springfield, formerly the Springfield Country Club. That other masked man, I feel like I'm introducing the Lone Ranger, is our golf pro. So tell me what's going on, what people need to know about golfing and COVID-free and being protected and all that kind of stuff.
Sure, absolutely. So we're open for golf. We want people to come out and play golf as long as we're doing proper social distancing, trying to stay 6 feet away as much as possible. We require masks in the building, but other than that, come out and play some golf. We're sanitizing all the golf cars between players. It's beautiful out here. Get outside, get away from people, play some golf.
Yeah, it's a perfect place to be because you guys, you want to talk about social distancing, and you don't have to take care of the lawn or the flower beds, and they'll feed you out here. The restaurant's not. You can get orders to go, right, Ron? You can eat inside as well, just like everywhere else.
But the patio is the preference for most people. They love being out in the patio, and that's the place to be.
Give me your hours just before we go.
7 to 7.
Monday through Sunday?
Well, Monday through Sunday on the golf course. The restaurant actually is open for business. Breakfast is on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Other than that, 11 to 7.
All right, Ron, thanks. Thanks, you guys. All right, you guys, there we go, Pine Ridge Golf Club. If you haven't been out here since it was Springfield Country Club, you are missing out. And we got a lot of people out here ready to go play some golf, and they're so happy to be back together. They are masked, and this is the Eugene Chamber and the Springfield Chamber Joint Golf Tournament. All right, I'm Rick Dancer. Thanks for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow at noon at Elements Health Club, and we're going to introduce you to a physical therapist over there at one of their gyms and tell you more about how that's working out. And if you mention Rick Dancer at any of the Elements Health Club gyms, you can get a free 1-month membership. Now, starting tomorrow, you have to wear a mask, but we're actually at Elements, we're coming up with some creative ideas, and we may be putting equipment outside for you to be using so you can still take that mask off. All right, I'm Rick Dancer. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, please share this on your page. I would really appreciate that.